why are credit unions struggling to memorize this cohort already?
That's a great question. So happy to answer that. And I'll share how Nudge looks at Gen Z. And for those of you that don't know Nudge, we are a financial wellness data engine and virtual money coach that's designed to deliver hyper-personalized financial guidance to your members through your existing marketing channels and digital interfaces. So we look at Gen Z in two segments. First is younger Gen Z, that's 11 to 18 years old. And then you have Zillennials, so that's 19 to 30-ish years old. It's older Gen Z bleeding into millennials. So in preparing for this conversation, I really wanted to dig in. Obviously, I read the research papers and articles, attended conferences. Highly recommend The Underground, by the way. Great conversation about Gen Z there. And I talked to a lot of Gen Zers and then ended up spending long nights and weekends online talking to and surveying about 150 Gen Zers. And what I found was pretty interesting. Obviously, a small group, but I found that 70+% didn't even understand credit unions when asking questions like, why don't you bank at a credit union? What chose you to pick your first account at a bank? They would ask me, what is a credit union? And then I found that more than half of them were guided to their first institution and checking account by their parents. So for younger Gen Z, begs questions like, are we engaging them at the right time? Are we engaging them through their parents? One thing that Nudge does is all the way from the age of 4, we provide financial literacy, financial education content to parents to engage their children from 4 and up. So that way, by the time they get their first checking account, they're not going to the bank down the street. Then we think about younger Gen Z is now transitioning into Zillennials at the age of about 18 currently. Those are first-time freshmen in college. So I reached out to our friends at Arbol, their financial wellness application for colleges to engage their students. They say 66% of first-time freshmen have a checking account. So still an opportunity to engage them. One thing that's interesting, this actually hits on one of the questions in the queue, is that they had a spike in data in their data set showing that there's a lot of students using Venmo as their primary checking account. So, obviously with the proliferation of neobanks and digital banks, that's something to consider there. Now we get into Zillennials. So now this is, let's call it freshmen in college all the way up to, let's say 30. And we look at that. It's a more complex problem, but they're asking for 3 main things. And Financial Brand put this to life recently. They said that over 80% of Zillennials in these 3 categories are asking for this. How much to save to meet their goals. They want to know this from their institution. What type of insurance and how much insurance to have. And then how to maximize their retirement savings, including their 401k. So thinking about how you can deliver that, it's multifaceted. How far have we come from a digital innovation standpoint? What's our level of personalization and the data behind that? And then is our mission and brand aligned to show that you can answer those questions as an institution? And I hope that, we get to a place where all of those things come together and then we can express the value to Gen Z, because I really believe that, the value of credit unions is special and they can ultimately be the champions for their cohort and next generations as well.